Hello everyone, my name is Dominic Picciuto, and for video 5, I chose to redesign a space that's close and personal to me, which is my backyard yet again. Specifically, this section of it over here, where it has lots of patchy soil. At first glance, it might not look totally degraded, but over time, pesticide use, weed growth, and a general lack of upkeep, as shown over there by the sticks that are just sitting there in a pile, have made the soil super patchy, less productive, and less friendly for the wildlife. That's the primary point of degradation of my backyard that I would like to focus on, and if I had a lot of money, how I would make it better. The main issues here include a degraded soil, over-reliance on chemicals, invasive weeds, and a lack of biodiversity. As in a previous video, I did say there was a lot, but that was mainly in the other section. This side is where a lot more of the human interaction goes, where a lot of people are more often, so it makes it harder for the, or it makes it the degradation more efficient, which is a bad thing. There's barely any habitat for insects for most of them, and the space doesn't manage water well, and rain just kind of runs off the water and creates in piles instead of soaking in. If I had an unlimited budget, how I would redesign the space, not just to fix the problems, but to turn this backyard back into a sustainable ecosystem. First, I'd stop using pesticides completely and start restoring the soil. I'd bring in like organic compost, mulch, maybe even introduce some like cover crops to rebuild nutrients and microbial life and get rid of some of the weeds that are here. I'd also replace much of the lawn with native plants and wildflowers. We have a few, but multiple kinds. These would support local pollinators like bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds, providing both nectar and shelter for them. To encourage more beneficial species, I would install a small bird bath that could go really anywhere, maybe even a shallow pond if I had the room permitted, for frogs and insects, birds, things like logs or rock piles that we have a few logs here, but they're not really in a good spot at it, which could create microhabitats too for more efficient wildlife. As for carbon and cooling, planting native trees and shrubs would help capture carbon, provide shade, and reduce heat, which in turn would lower the energy needed to cool my house, just sort of in an ecosystem-friendly way. I'd also build raised garden beds. Where our current garden is, it's kind of sad, and we do not upkeep it as well for growing fruits and vegetables that we could use. This cuts down on food miles and brings more interaction between people and the ecosystem. It would provide food for us, and as kind of disappointing it is, food for the people or the animals that steal from it. Finally, I'd like to make the backyard a more peaceful place to relax. It's kind of barren and there's not a lot of places to sit. So maybe adding a small seating area or a swing, native plant signage, maybe even like solar powered lights to reduce like the electricity cost, making it a more beautiful and functional place that helps people connect with nature more and drives people to sit outside more than sit inside. It would also assist in sustainability. With these changes, the backyard would be transformed into a place that can absorb and clean rainwater instead of letting it run off, support a variety of native plants, birds, and insects, help cool the local area, store carbon, and create a beautiful, relaxing space for people to enjoy off. This project/video reminded me that even a small backyard can make a big difference. With a thoughtful redesign and an unlimited budget, if I was permitted, we can turn like these neglected spaces into thriving ecosystems for both people and nature. Thank you for watching.